done. Radiant team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Invoker.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team, ban. Dire team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team, ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Bristleback!
Radiant team pick. Dire team done. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team, ban. Dire team, pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining.
Dazzle.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Crystal Maiden.
Dire team pick.
Were we muted?
We were muted again.
Okay. Well, it could have been worse.
We deserve that, to be honest. We deserve that.
Yeah.
We're here, guys. We're a bit late. We've got ourselves some playoffs. What? I didn't have my Twitch just crashed, and it is time for.
What a disaster!
What a disaster! Yeah, that was like a. Years ago. Bloody hell.
Well, we get to cast some Asian Dota for once, though. I'm excited. LGD.China versus IG.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We're actually in the playoffs now as well, so it's time for things to heat up a bit. These 4 teams have made to the playoffs: IG, LGD, DK, and Newbee. The big name to miss out was Vici Gaming, who won't be too happy about missing out. And 2 teams from China will get to the StarLadder India later on. Now, okay. Name sounds good, LD. Just to tell.
Well, how would you rank these 4 teams if you had to rank them right now?
DK1, IG2. I would say Vici Gaming are 3, but they're not in the top 4 here. So.
What about in between LGD and Newbee?
LGD actually changed their roster recently. I'd say Newbee's number 4 and LGD's 5. LGD no longer are playing with Maybe. They've added Icy to play with the old Rattlesnake.
I have not actually seen them post-Reformation.
Okay. Had this pass join sort for them, and he was okay for a while, but for whatever reason they decided to mix things more.
So here we go, introducing Team LGD. We have Pia, however you say it, on the Spectre and the safe lane. DDC, the solo support Vici on the bottom lane. DD rocking it up in the jungle on the Crystal Maiden. In the mid, we see Yao on the Puck and Icy on the Nature Prophet. So pretty much they just have Icy as their offline player. Yao shift to mid.
Yeah,
Yao's carry player.
Yao's no longer playing offlane. At least this game playing with Maybe mid.
He was on the T still.
Yes, that's true. And 2G or Rabbit.
What? So they did all this was one person?
Yeah, one person. Yeah, they got Rabbit, added Maybe, and then they got rid of Maybe and added IC.
Yeah.
We'll introduce our Dire team. It's Team IG. We've got Faith playing the offlane support, Dazzle, Huawei on the Bristleback, Rubik being played by Tuan. Mid lane is going to be 430 on a solo mid Shadow Shaman, the Rasta, and then finally it's Luo or Z playing a safe lane farming Invoker. So some interesting lanes, especially out of IG. You don't often see the Shadow Shaman in mid.
Yeah, they actually first pick Shadow Shaman too. Shadow Shaman's pretty good. I won't say he's first pick material, but I think he should definitely see. He's like decent versus here when you don't want to pick a line in the off lane.
He seems to have been highly prioritized. Hey, 2 of those heroes in that place are good.
I'm pretty settled with Bristleback bottom. Now, Spectre's Achilles heel, the laning phase.
Yeah, this is pretty cool here. This is one of the things I like about this new IG team, adding Luo. Luo plays so many different heroes. He's actually the carry player of this team, but he's playing a safe lane farming Invoker. He's played a farming Axe in past games. He's played like your standard carries as well. He really has like a really big variety and just a big pool of heroes. Like you can put him on anything and he'll just play it no problem.
Nope, Xiao already has a haze. Probably not too much aggression going on in the mid lane. He was putting a lot of pressure on.
He's losing pretty hard. Yes, 13 and 6 on the park.
Yeah. Well, he almost harassed him out of lane at that point, but
okay.
Nope. Oh, how he has so much more gold. Like looking at the gold, it's actually
Shadow Shaman?
200. 200 net worth is how many? I guess it's about right. 6 creeps.
The Shadow Shaman did like a rush bottle, whereas Puck net worth doesn't include your regen items, I believe. Like your Tangos and stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't actually know.
You shall not.
And already hit level 2. She has not skilled Arcane Aura though, which is pretty strange because she's to hit level 3 from jungling.
Yeah, I guess it has a lot of clarities. I probably went to the jungle with like 3 or 4 clarities. It has boot. Could see him move out of the jungle, especially potential gank on the Ferrari. No. I think Ferrari probably the most inkable hero on the map right now.
Yeah, there was no point in him going level 2 Arcane or Crystal Nova though. He's already level 3, but it's just slightly inefficient.
Yeah, he didn't even. In no point did he use the Nova.
Yeah, usually when you see people go 1-1-0, they're off smoking at level 2 instantly.
Yeah.
But this tri-lane is really difficult to gank from IG. There's no way they can kill it with a Crystal Maiden. Spectre offers pretty much nothing.
CM has the smoke, so I'd like to. I mean, CM could easily gank Ferrari mid lane, but
yes,
I guess he's waiting for the haste. Maybe he was like, hoping to do that, but then the haste rune got picked up.
Yes.
You can't gank with the haste rune there.
Though, so he has a pretty small window, and DD, he's in a lot of trouble actually.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman with a haste rune being popped. The first one actually happens. That's a top lane. It's solo kill from the Invoker, but it looks like Ferrari should be able to solo kill CM. Just one more Ether Shock. Seems trying to meet up with his teammate, but haste rune is still there. There's 3. He throws him back into the Bristleback. This is going to be 2 more kills going the way of IG. They've got themselves a 3-0 lead early on. DDC going to go down, and now can they even get the Spectre? The Shackles is there. Ferrari. The rotation with that haste room was just absolutely perfect, and they're going to get a kill on Zhao Chuji as well. It's a double kill for YYF.
What a disaster for LGD.China's early game. One thing I like about YYF too, in the early game they picked up 2 Magic Sticks, instantly stopped casting Quill Spray. Yeah. And they didn't have any magic charges for any buffer, but they could have just let the CM die and then just call it a day, but instead trying to help them out a little bit and
didn't realize how short of a cooldown Ether Shock has. It's 8 seconds, and that's really what made CM so easy to kill there.
I thought he was going to Ether Shock and then Shackle. If he did that, they would have killed him a little bit faster, but at the same time, then LGD might not have committed to that. Yeah. So it works out for them.
And somehow Luo got a solo kill top lane on Icy. We didn't.
He just used Cold Snap and Force Spirit and then invoked Sunstrike and got a kill. I didn't actually see it, but I saw his cooldowns. Yeah. But yeah, that's something that's very rare. He had time, but
and this Invoker has phase boots, 31 CS. This is going to be pretty hard for a Prophet to actually compete in this lane. He's just trying to get level 6, and then I imagine he's going to maybe look for some gank in some of these other lanes. But as it is, IG somewhat winning all 3 lanes. Maybe probably not so much mid lane, which is a bit more even. But
especially not after this gank.
Oh, Coil going to be used as well. 430 should be able to go down. Should go down here. The Waning Rift is there. As it's a soul assumption, they get to kill the TP from Chuan and I think it was a 4-second TP. It goes on the Yao. There is Sunstrike as well. Yao walks into it.
Telekinesis on top of it, but
yeah.
Wow.
He let him walk into it.
This Invoker's going crazy.
This Invoker, yeah, he's... At this point, he may even just go back for Midas. He's already level 8. That's the thing. He's got 2 solo... Well, one solo kill and the experience from that kill at mid lane.
Spectre in a little bit of trouble.
Has a magic stick.
This is terrible for LGD, though. If IG just continues up pressure and Invoker goes early game items, like, Midas is nice and all, but at the same time, you don't really want to go late game versus Spectre and MP.
Just going to retreat for now. CM's Invis near the bottom lane. They're also worried about that Prophet ultimate and potential TPN, so I don't think IG will get too cocky here at the bottom lane.
Walks up, though.
So this is a level 6 puck, and his nukes are not really that painful right now, just at level 6, so until he gets Dream Core, I'm not sure how much he can actually help out at this bottom lane.
I don't think you can really... I mean, 10 seconds, though.
Yeah, he has Dream Core soon. Level 6, so he kind of has to back mid, otherwise he can just drop the wards, take a pretty easy tower, and then things aren't going too well, but... LGD, the one thing they have to be really careful of taking fights anywhere on the map is those Sunstrikes coming in, because Invoker, he's got 4 points in Exort. Those Sunstrikes do a lot of damage. And
Going old school. Quas Exort.
he's almost level 9. That's your double Forward Spirit. At that point, this lane is completely lost.
I think he is going for a...
Oh, he's got the Glove of Haste. Yeah, I don't know what... Yeah, I get nothing else you can really get with that, so... Already snowballing, may as well snowball even harder.
They see the rotation from Ferrari. Chuan is smoked up behind him, but... Yeah, Icy, I don't think they smoked him. I guess with that Tornado.
Just look for a tower kill, I guess. Unless we see LGD rotate here as defend. Visage coming up probably level 5. 7 wants to get dropped here. So there's no secret about this one. IG want to push in. LGD. Creep aggro slightly off the tower, but there's Forward Spirits as well. Luo just the single Forward Spirit for now, but this tower's dropping and dropping fast. Next group going to come in with this. Tower's going to go down.
Is under attack. Radiant
Even that will be
structures.
quite...
They overextend, they can easily get killed too, but...
Yeah, with Dreamcoil, hitting level 7.
Radiant's top tower
Gets a 9.
has been
Nicely played from
denied.
Icy.
Nicely played indeed, and the pressure will continue on Spectre. Spectre is just in a one-on-one situation with YYF, but at the moment his top tower is getting pressured. Puck is just trying to move around, trying to defend. They don't actually have very good anti-push at all. Maybe once Puck gets his Blink Dagger, but if the wards are already dropped, they're probably already going to lose the team fight or a tower, one or the other.
Gonna have a really fast mech as well. He's got his buck, he's got 600 gold, so he just needs another 900 for the mech recipe, and he's good to go, which is a pretty scary thought for LGD. Engaging against the IG squad once they have a mech on their bristleback as well.
And that's not to mention the Ancient stack coming out from Faith. It's just
man.
triple stack.
Well, that's bristleback mech more or less. Not to mention hitting some pretty big levels. He hits level 6 now, so with level 6 he can do a lot of damage and come close to solo killing Spectre. Spectre says, I'm out of here. He actually goes top the farm.
Yeah, farm though. If Spectre doesn't get, they lose the game. And his CS is number 6 right now. His network is also at number 6. About half of Bristleback's net worth at the moment.
Need to do, like, they seem to be just struggling to fight. Like, they can't really fight, they can't really defend towers too well. Like, what do you try and do if you're LGD?
You try and look for ID members that are out of position. You can't really fight them 5-on-5. You can try your best to delay with a illusory orb, but that's about all. You just have to wait for them to overextend, come in with Nature's Prophet, come in with Spectre Ultimate, and then try and get kill from there. But 5-on-5ing against the roster wards and 4 spirits is just a recipe for disaster. And taking a hero like Bristleback too is also a disaster.
Yeah.
So.
And as long as Booker's left top lane, he's like, I don't want to be alone because otherwise I become a kill target. They could even go for an early Roche here. They've got the faster double forward spirit, so
Yeah, and they have
with a
DD.
medallion.
They have to drop wards though, I think, to
Yeah.
make it a secure
They
rush.
don't even have medallion. They just say we can do this with. I mean, they can do it without medallion, but
At the same time, it does give LGD like a free minute, probably 2 minutes, because they can't actually fight after that. So
Yeah.
they can either decide to go for the tower or for the mid. If they go for the tower and mid, then it'll force LGD to do something. If they don't actually defend, they can just go for the T2. So,
alright. Surfmore here. As DDC starting to right-click away on them. The Familiar's going as well. One Familiar drops really fast, those Surfmores. And I think
That's piercing damage.
it's on cooldown for 2 minutes, so that's actually a bit of a loss here, having just the one Familiar. Okay, have to be careful. Two Familiar was cleared out, though.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Out Melbourne out. And they connected with this one. Cooldown.
I didn't even met for the.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Getting a lot of space and room for profit to farm as well as Spectre tops. Not to mention feeding a bit of gold with all those Serpent Wards.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world though. They didn't give up any major kills, and Spectre's still not close to completing a big item. He might have his drums fairly soon. Roster Wars another 1 minute until it's off cooldown. He's really fragile right now with the injuries. He's really his watches. Looks like rest of it is mere fish.
That's the next new people get, and they got it.
Early Blink Dagger coming off Puck 2, but he's not up for treads. Straight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, they're trying to get the jump on them. We see a smoke coming out.
They get still on the way again. They did the last hit. He's a lot better to start. Looking back, but it was good. One.
Yeah, I'm taking down my YYF. It is 8. What's it? Goes to fade. I need to get a go with the puck, though. I think life is what's important.
He doesn't really get gold as well because he.
Invoker's still on top of the network, but then by a long shot.
Yeah, it was definitely worth. Get like
Dyer's bottom tower
if
is
he's out
under
coming back with the
attack.
guard, or even look for something like a little of a bite for the team.
Yeah, you know, that's okay.
Bristle? It's a dazzle. My issue from my direct when you toggle it on, even you toggle it off, you don't have AP. You got some heals to queue up. DP not going to be there in time. Telekinesis though. Oh, the Sunstrike actually still hit. It was before the move, and they get a kill on the Nature's Prophet there. Ferrari coming in to help out as well.
Nature's Prophet going for a relatively greedy build with the Midas. I think they might need an early mech to try and fend off IG, but at the same time, IG, they're getting kills here and there, but they're not getting towers.
He's going to have center goal. Yeah. The last hit on the Invictus. He's doing 120 yet.
IG needs towers. They need towers. They took one more at 7-8 minutes. I think. This one down.
Rotating.
They need to. And look for a Necro.
Radiant's middle tower
Necrobook
has
though.
fallen.
Forward Spirits plus Necrobook. This is like going back to 6.9.
Yeah. Vile.
Yeah, it's Forward Spirits aren't as strong as they used to be, but they're still.
Out of deeps. They're pretty much getting ourselves.
Which is
Fine, DTC.
the range and the HP that got nerfed.
I believe so.
Dyer's
Extra
top
damage.
tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
Well, Jalchuki might get. Well, he's trying to get this team on top tower, but he gets pushed back by Invoker shows a Sunstrike, so now he knows this is not really to go. I see that usually looks to get this last hit. It's 2 points per Invoker. Oh!
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Heroes
This by, really by Luo. That's what he had with the
Dyer's
Delph.
middle tower is under attack.
He had that deny, but left the tower on like 2 HP and the seat creep.
Yeah, now mid tower's getting pressure too, so IG.
Huge for LGD.
Yeah, this is really good for them.
This Spectre's like phase drums level 9. He's actually looking really good right now. Mid lane, but a decent amount of damage there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's taking tower, and there aren't that many people down there.
Yeah, oh, medium surf mode to get dropped. Crystal Maiden's just gonna die to this one. Ferrari may pay for this with his life. Jalchuki comes in, he's gonna look for Ferrari if he can get this kill. It's a nice little boost to his stuff. Chuan gonna try and TP out. Can you get cancelled by Dreamfall? So a 2-for-1 trade in LGD's favor. They lose just the Crystal Maiden. The tower goes down, but that tower was dead regardless. So LGD turned the tower going down into a great trade, possibly even a third kill there. DDC looking for fate. The familiar stun going to be going to throw the bristle back as well. Puck goes in with a nice combo, brings down the dazzle. YYF could go down as well. He's got a Treads mech. Ogre Club is very tanky here, but he's got absolutely no backup whatsoever. YYF is in all sorts of trouble. He goes down as well. That's a flick kill to Nature's Prophet.
And all of a sudden,
Look, he's going to bring down the knocking line, and it looks like we'll see a lot now, and I see. Not going to wear off in time. He's the vision, he gets it. X is there, and he gets a lot. Actually, Luca getting the last hit there, and because of those last couple of kills, but it was looking really bad for IG for a bit.
yeah, and now they can just sneak to Roshan. Rasta wards up in just 40 seconds. Blink Dagger completed on the Shadow Shaman. They have not yet ward. Oh, actually, they do. This is a pretty sneaky ward. Very uncommon looking ward.
Jackal's going to come in. CM Sunstrike finishes her off.
Ooh, that did so much damage.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It almost got the max exalt coming into play.
Yeah, 412.
Hasn't even got a single point in Wex. Hasn't even got. Okay, now he gets a first point in Wex. Hasn't got a second point in Invoke yet.
Too cool for Wex.
At what point do you get that? Like, start leveling up Invoke?
Depends. I will level up. I would have leveled up a while ago, but I mean, he's only pretty much been using 3 spells. 4 Spirits, Cold Snap, and Sunstrike.
Yeah.
Yep.
Luo may take this on Invoker. Bristleback's just so tanky, I don't know if he needs it too much. Familiar's going to come and scout this one out, but I don't think LGD can take this fight, but they're smoked up, they maybe want it. Too late. Die get the Roshan, and, well, Yao's not even going to go in for that one. Once they've got the Aegis, there's not really much point engaging into a potentially losing fight.
Yep, Necro 3 will be up on Invoker pretty soon too right now. For Q2s. They need to step from farming. He's still relatively weak, but he has 2,400 pressure for like 2 or 3 minutes. You'll have a relic.
Do you still go Radiant? Oh, so you think you do go Radiant in a game?
I think so. It's the best damage item by far. And if IG can't push, it allows him to farm up a lot faster. If he goes to Fusel, he's not going to have. He can't go in.
And Radiance is better like against the push lineup if you can farm it. Like once you get it, all that AoE damage is fantastic.
The problem is, are you going to lose before you get your Radiance?
Dire's top tower is under
That's
attack.
holding well. It'll get trickier now because there's Necro 3 on Invoker though.
Yeah, they're still in a decent position though, even if they lose their T2s. The gold difference isn't that great. It's only about 4,000. That's with a 1 for IG, so that's about where you expect to be with a Spectre at this point in the game.
Yeah, grouped up IG. They spot them out though. This Observer is seeing absolutely everything. LGD IG chasing them down, so both teams see each other, and right now it's LGD who don't want to take a fight. Prophet's at the top lane. He just TP'd up there, it looks like, and he just wants to basically cause a distraction. So if IG try and push mid, Prophet can go for a bit trade. Well, then it's 5-man you lineup.
Already getting pretty low. About half HP. And they need more to take this.
LGD's lineup is deceptively good at stopping pushes. Like, the level 4 Crystal Nova from a CM is a pretty damn useful spell. Familiar's good at stopping pushes. You can spam Spectral Dagger. Like, all their heroes are okay enough that, like, combined, they actually deal with pushes pretty well.
They didn't need to drop the wards though that fight. If they can keep pressuring though, that's the problem. Like, if they don't even need to use wards for that, then that means that LG doesn't really have any time to farm. Every time they drop wards, they're like, okay, cool, we can farm for another 2 minutes. Spectre, 3,100 gold, Dagon up on Puck.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Shadow
attack.
Shaman before he made his kind of game plan, I guess. Like, against the heroes, that's what you need to stem it. Like, once you... There's probably not much better to get as a Puck, really.
Necrobook's like, okay. Or a sheep. That's probably your only 3 choices.
There's no one really like you need to target with a sheep. Like you're against all the, and there's so many squishy heroes between 3
it's
squishy heroes.
more for ganking, just so they can split push, farm up a little bit.
Yeah, Hate Scream picked up by Ferrari at bottom, and like they didn't use the 7 wards, but you're picking up still. Like, they could be looking to apply a lot of pressure here. The Necrobook and Invoker is on cooldown another 10 seconds, but they should be looking to get another tier 2 tower as soon as
they need. Blade Spire. I think that's the most important thing with them.
we've got 3 minutes.
Enough though? I don't know. Lanes are getting pushed out. Top lane is getting pushed out by 4 spears. Bottom lane is about at the equilibrium point, and mid lane's just past the river too. So I think they don't want to give it to one.
The top X is going to be shackles as well. Sunstrike on top. Zhao 2G.
Oh, if only he had the chicken at the secret shop.
3.5k gold.
He had 3.8 right before.
Well, if his team can get a tower, he'll get back up there. But I don't think I don't think IG will allow them to get this bottom tier 2 tower.
Smart TP by Chuan, just keeping him to the T3 in case they prop it up. Talking he said with LB is dead, but now the
They're gonna find the best in the blink. Stop.
I don't know why Dazzle showed himself.
Well, I don't think they didn't know the.
Yeah, I guess it could have been in the left or right camp.
Yeah.
Well, still nicely played by him. Over 1,300 gold. He is opted for a 4-staff. This guy was it on chicken? Nope.
Okay, like just lane for the mana reader.
Yeah, especially.
Like you get the null, which gives you superior intel, and it's more cost effective than like your Bassi ring with the high intel of Invoker.
That's what I push a bit more though.
Yeah.
Actually, it's fun. So, they don't use it.
Oh, Bristle's also got a Sanjin Yasha now, so looking pretty tanky and fast.
They say Yasha.
Well, that's it.
That's what Toby says it.
Changing
He
Yasha.
said say Yasha. Yasha thing going on.
No, that's not very Australian. I think that's maybe just a Tobyism.
Well, you guys did say Lasso.
Yeah. That's also. God's isn't it? That's one. I think that's Australian.
I only know
It is Australian. No. We didn't ask at the end of what.
Oh
we
no,
normally
the
take
smoke.
them off.
No, this observer ward. I don't think caught it though.
There's a lot of heroes missing from the map.
Spectre. Oh, Icy's.
Oh, it's Icy on the Prophet who's going to get caught out, perhaps. Think right, I think left. With the latest down. The end of the world. This is still LGD just buying time here. They lose the Prophet, but it means there's no longer going to be an Aegis on this push. Spectre's farming as well.
He almost has his Radiance too. He's just 600 gold away.
This is still okay for LGD. They're down about 5k gold, but
They're down but not out.
Coming in, they burst down Shadow Shaman. That's the Dagon coming into play.
I don't know why he wasn't with his team there. I
Me
guess. I don't know.
There's no tier 2 mid to push. It was just like thinking, hey, I'll push this out a little, or...
Yeah, but you can't do that versus a Blink Puck and a Nature's Prophet and a Spectre.
And Spectre's got 200 away from Radiance.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But this is... It's still anyone's game.
It feels like it's anyone's game. Like I couldn't pick a winner from right now. It's looking. I think IG have going for them is they're on the die side. They'll get the next Aegis, then they can think about pushing high ground, even against a Radiant Spectre. It's still got the mech, they've got the Serpent Wars, and they've got with Necro 3. So Spectre, they're still pretty squishy. They're sitting on the 100 HP. Even needs to get at least possible for his hard round.
Yeah, I think at this point it's probably like 60-40 IG.
Yeah.
LGD, they still have a decent shot though. I mean, IG, they're bound to make a mistake now and then though, and then they'll just completely swing the momentum in favor of LGD. But if they don't make a mistake, they're able to kill Spectre a couple of times before. I think he just gets hard at this game.
I think Heart's the way to go. He just needs raw HP almost.
Yep.
Like your Mantra Illusions are just kind of going to melt.
Yeah.
Is under attack.
If it's something Puck wants to try and punish again. I think Ferrari has not done much of a good job of sticking with his team, but looks like he'll meet up with the bottom lane. This is the last tier 2 tower, but defending tier 2 towers is just not really worth the risk for LGD, and they're much safer off defending on the high ground of their tier 3. Hey, they're trading for a tier 1 mid, so not too bad.
Has fallen.
Demo true sight. It looks like Bristleback's actually going for a BKB.
He's completed it too.
Yeah, pretty fast. I'm surprised he didn't just go straight heart, but BKB's right. They don't really have much physical damage at all. Physical familiar is very minor, so Spectre. Any?
Does BK block the play damage?
Yeah, blocks desolate damage.
And dispersion damage.
Dispersion, yeah.
Plus, yeah, BK Unity is actually surprisingly good against Spectre.
Mm-hmm.
Pipes are also really good against Spectre because it's pure damage, but you can block it by with magic
Dire's
resistance.
top tower is under attack.
I don't think so. I think we had this other
You
day.
can't pipe dispersion damage?
You can't pipe dispersion damage.
I'm wrong.
I saw an Ember just get wrecked by pure damage the other day.
Okay.
I think me and Andrew had this discussion though. Well, anyways, Puck is starting to level up his Dagon. Level 3 Dagon. It's pretty surprising.
Yeah. I don't know if he wants to. I mean, at this point, you could go all the way to level 5. So I feel like he wants to at least go back towards a Hex. He needs to go back towards a Hex or something else at some point.
Ferrari using his Serpent Wars on the Ancient stack, so it looks like IG's not looking to put for a little bit. I guess they're just waiting for a Roshan, but it won't be up for Roshan too. Roshan's going to respawn in 30 seconds time. It will be a 1.5 minute respawn.
Well, yeah, first with the Ferrari club, but I know it's going to like BKB as well. Let's make sure they get multiple BKBs.
Mass BKBs. Invoker has one. Bristleback has one. Shadow Shaman going for one.
A BKB, it's a BKB. You don't have a BKB, but they're really good. Maybe like a DPS Nature's Prophet later on, but...
That's true. IG has so much physical damage, though, with Bristleback, with Rasta Wars, and Dazzle, and Invoker, that they kind of need armor and stuff. Casual flats. pretty good here.
Go!
It's just probably means the stick is 5. Global potential from a haunt from television is not to 2. He's dual damage, so especially for RG, it's one thing except kind of group. You look at frame lane, but it's very easy. Safe, but
Here it goes. Roshan will be started. By both teams
see it.
know though.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh. I think we should just T2 for it.
It looks like RG is helping.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
On the high ground here, doesn't actually get spotted just yet. I don't know, he's up there, he doesn't get. He's doing some edge here. They're all good, they've only lost the Rubik so far. Ward Trap goes down on the Zhao 2D Spectre. He phases out, they're still taking a lot of damage. He's on the run, he's going to go down to the physical damage. Too much minus armor coming out from the IG squad. It's a 2-for-2 trade so far. Luo's getting earned up. Wants to keep on fighting here. And, well, it looks like IG can go into the Roshan pit. That Spectre looked very squishy in that fight.
Yeah, he doesn't have HP items. He has.
I mean, you kind of want your heart, but that's how he's going to need some armor and something.
What though?
LGD can stall this. Well, maybe it'll get hard to stall with the Aegis 90 because they can just push background. The key from Luo is you can see that when stuff like that happens. Right.
He could have easily gotten a Yules instead. I think that's a more common.
Well,
Yeah, it's cool. Well, I mean that's a good one. No, that's like my watch.
take on 4 on Puck. He's going to take a 5 soon.
The longer the game goes on, the better they are for LGD.
Yeah.
And I think even with that fight, even with T2, and he still got 2 heroes, and one of them was the solo mid.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, it's still a win for LGD.
Yeah, I think.
And 2.
Yeah, this is pretty smart.
Yeah.
Spectre is going to go for that Manta style, so it picks up a Yasha. Speed's not too bad as well.
Helps you far faster. Helps you do more deep to the team fight.
That's what, 3 BKBs for now, RG side.
Get up the BKBs, then go Spectre, then they I don't know. They can do that. Don't really tell the Puck.
Oh, we have to not take much damage at all.
Regeneration.
It's still tricky for some of these heroes to stay alive against this Puck. Like Chuan on the Rubik, he's picked up a casual cloak just to try and block as much of that magic damage as possible.
Yes, even with no field.
Yeah. He's actually going for the max telekinesis. Often you see Rubiks just getting maybe 1 or 2 points in telekinesis and going for null field, but not huge magic.
I didn't have range skill. I didn't know 5 points.
Oh. It's a recent change. I think it was like a 6.8 change.
Ooh, they're going on.
Hey, so that's actually going to potentially save his life. Now minus armor's going to start keeping him. Look at these right clicks though. The minus armor's adding up. He's going to just TP home.
Did he cast it? I think he did.
I think it chased him. Oh, yeah, it was mid-air.
Oh.
He did spin a bit.
Wow.
Runs from YY though. My his AP.
They can't put the boards. They have to put a board. It definitely saved the day right there. Oh, they're gonna wrap around from behind with a smoke.
Oh man. Wards, they're fighting against an Aegis.
They still have Hunt too.
This is good because they can avoid the front lines. They want to avoid the BKB Invoker, the BKB Booster Block. They want to try and find the supports, catch up the Rubik. The Dazzle especially. They want to bring Dazzle down so he doesn't spam. Please, all this water really nice. Smoke.
That's just good heads-up play by them, though. Well, IF might get caught, but you don't really want to go on it. Sure, post BKB.
I like it.
Yeah, he doesn't have that much uptime on heroes, though. Some go on them instead of a basher. It's good versus Nature's Prophet, though, and if people TP out, but it's not that sort of game. It's a we need to push the racks down by 40 or we're in not a good position. Maybe with the third Aegis they can.
The basher and potentially later on the Abyssal Blade is just like a kind of like saying, hey, maybe I can fight Spectre an Abyssal Blade, but that's a big if. He got the armor on his side. That's the thing. Like this game later on, Spectre is going to be still pretty squishy because he's going to be sitting on 0 or negative armor if he gets the Dazzle ulti, the weave on him.
He still has this first though. This first would be 22% damage mitigation.
Kind of gets up that, which is going to be most likely a Heart of Terras.
Now, with a side device, so those BKBs aren't going to be as good on. Maybe working towards a Scepter neck. Looks like Dazzle might be working towards Scepter 2. They need more Sheeps, I think, though, or just a Pipe. Pipe would be so darn good versus LGD's lineup.
I'm surprised Rubik's going for the Scepter. I guess to me it's more like to tank up than anything, because the actual Scepter upgrade is not fantastic.
Nope.
Like, there's not that many spells you can steal this game.
Yeah, if you can get, like, familiar, so pretty hard, so steal. Okay, here they go. How much is left of the Aegis? They make it happen. For some reason, Ferrari's not with them again. And without the Rust Award, they just don't have enough damage coming out on the tower.
He's been constantly defending top, because this Prophet's been very annoying out there. There's Treants as Necro 3, and he's had bad advantage. They're not going to be able to push with Aegis. The LGD have just done a great job of splitting the map and making it impossible for IG to even push. And Dazzle gets himself an easy 200 gold, takes a bit of damage, but...
That's a glyph and half damage on a T3 and a wasted Aegis. So that's a big win for LGD. Getting bigger and bigger.
Does he go for this full shotgun? Why not? Decent rack damage from a bristleback, I guess. It's a bit of a worry, but... he needs some armor, like a Shiver's Guard, but...
Deeps is king.
Alrighty. Well,
Back to completing it. 1300 gold though, not enough for buyback in case he dies just right now, but by the time IG comes as a smoke kick.
we don't have Aegis, but I think the top lane being pushed in, so pushing high ground with the top lane in better position.
Back on Bristle too, and he said, he'll get earned right up.
Then gets cancelled, so... A bit annoying here, Ferrari goes in, BKB drops the 7-1 as well. That's just going to zoom LGD out of this one, and he is trying to focus down on the tower, this grab this... A lot of damage up coming, there's your Dream Call, he's getting on Lure, he's on the front, it's good. Make it Dazzle, look at the stack, and
Back into it.
he does, he's found enough in the recent time, but...
I think I don't know, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, Puck's caught back here, but the problem is Puck and the Dream Call needs to be expanding two spells here. Waiting Rubik as well. Rich the man, he's built from the high ground, there's no Rubik to steal this one, they're going to force him back with a couple soul assumptions perhaps. Hasn't been forced to buy back just yet, there's no triple, no Surf Ward. They don't have all the damage as well here, and look at YYF is getting destroyed by the day of Solar Sun. Okay, Field Media goes down EDC, as well as the Crystal making DD take a lot of damage. The Hex is there as well, they use the Vici all out from the Puck here. And both of them like just really right-clicking and right-clicking. Life by Devil Raven. This is forced to buy back. Looks like Spectre buying back may have been a bit of a mistake.
They can get the T3 back, though. They won't lose the rags.
Middle tower has fallen.
Fight for IG.
30 seconds on 7 would, so IG just linger around. They're full HP still.
Yeah, Spectre can die again and buy back.
BKB to the high. Natural here. He's looking for the upper half. Up in with the blitz arm. He's got a drink. Looks like the Druid calls back up. He used top on 3. Fate for Ferrari as well. Lure all caught after the BKB. Both in the down. He didn't go deep. Needs to get in. Needs to burn up.
Down, dude.
Come out from both sides. Back with a Radiant Necro Priest just not to the second one. Now Rax is going to get focused on. Melirex takes the full Spectre. He's just going to sit there and watch as Rax go down, and now they swing top.
He has a hot up though, and now Puck.
Yeah. Oh, what's he didn't both X is just paying good here. He gets another kill and immediate back into a hole here for quickly pebbled by Nitro coming up and down. Great play from Fade, but he's going to pay the price himself. Peter gets himself a double kill. Can he more here? Shadow Shaman. Looks like he's teaming. Oh, he's going to go back to Bannon here and Pia. Brown with two hold down. He's taking a lot
Where's his team?
Where is his team? He died twice. Rubik buys back and IG, do they pressure on? It looks like they just go down low.
Still the deal with next Roshan though.
Yeah.
This T3 tower is down on top, so they just drop roster wolves back off if they glyph and then just re-engage.
I don't even know if they need to wait next Roach. They just need to wait.
Yeah,
40 seconds, so they've got a minute with no minute plus with no vector, so
Wow, I'm so low though.
Perhaps. Just definitely cut out alone.
I don't know, he's so far behind.
Oh, there's a I need to just throw each other, like, don't even matter. Like, this is not the first time this game I just see, like, for Rapid. Can you just see shackles?
Evening will die. Second next minute will die. They're going for the melee though, and Rasta wards up in 6 seconds. Yeah. Can they do it? They
just did it with the Serpent Ward.
Yeah, they definitely can.
There's no space for 30 seconds. Puck is going to be back. Forever.China. There's a BKB again. He just BKB shackles. Wow, yeah, just BKB. This is where you drop the wards, get the Rax. It looks like Melirex is going to be focused.
I don't know why he dropped it over here. I don't think all the
That's what they'll. Coil comes out. Oh yeah, he's low, but he's not out.
They gotta get out though. Spectre's about to revive. He's gonna have as soon as he's back.
They've got all Raptors. If they lose this one, you get. They've still got the 4X's then. Raptors gonna take a fall. Spectre pop the ultimate. I don't know if he wants to go into this one. He does hold into the Ice Ball's there, but waiting for him. Immediately come Ice Ball. We're definitely past the Pia. Why we have to split this one? He's feeling great with this assault crash. They're going to be throwing out left, right, and center.
Yeah, I don't care about the cooldown. Like whatever.
The BKB is just in second cooldown, so it's not too bad. Why have to? The Brave was never needed, but
that was just amazing sustain from IG. I didn't actually think they had that much sustain, but with the Dazzle heal, with the Urn, with Quas on the Invoker, with the Sheep too.
Yeah.
They were literally there for a roster push. So they were sitting at their base for 2 minutes against